Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. I am in a massive parking lot on Black Friday. It's completely packed at a Bass Pro Shop. And instead of going inside, because there is no joke, a line a quarter of a mile long inside, as people are buying up deals, I'm going to talk about making money in crypto because crypto traders are now bracing for a massive pump as the Fed is pivoting. Real quick, just to show you where I'm at. Check out this parking lot. The economy is live and well. I hope this guy doesn't mind me setting the phone down on his car. All right, here we go. Check it out. Let's get all nice and cozy. If you own crypto right now and you are bullish as the prices are down, type bullish or bull. If you think that crypto is going to zero, just type zero. Enjoy being in that crowd. It's not going to end well. All right, here we go. Crypto traders anticipate. Oh, real quick, it's Black Friday. Links to all my courses and the crypto ones, they're like 90% off for a few hours left on Black Friday. Check them out. Crypto traders anticipate altcoin gains as the Fed ends quantitative tightening. You know, the Federal Reserve has got quite a little thing on their hands, and they're not stressed because they actually love this. They love being able to dump rates. And I know this is going to sound interesting because Ninja said it before, they also like charging interest rates, high interest rates. But what happens when they dump rates, they themselves are going to be buying assets on the cheap because the public freaks out. It's like when, you know, Bitcoin's going up and all these people are like, I'm buying. And then it drops and they're screaming and yelling because they're like, this is horrible. Everything's gone because they bought some altcoin they didn't know anything about or they don't know how market dynamics work or they were on leverage. People don't understand this. But the Federal Reserve absolutely loves when things crash because they themselves are buying things through their families, companies they own, things like that. And that is happening right now as they pivot from higher rates to lower rates as the economy comes crashing down during a recession. So the Federal Reserve plans to stop quantitative tightening on December 1st, a move that could inject fresh liquidity into markets after years of draining it since 2022. Let's stop there and talk about what happened in 2022. Well, we were all told by the government pretty much, you're gonna have to stay quiet, put something over your mouth and go sit in your house and not work. But don't worry, we're gonna pay you to do it. And so what happened with those paychecks? Those checks that made all these YouTubers massively famous. They all of a sudden had 1 million subs because they were talking about these checks. The stimulus checks that were coming from the government, you know, free money from the government. Well, there are a lot of people that didn't need the money. So they took the money and they bet on it. They bet on precious metal markets. They bet on crypto markets, stock markets, you name it. And all of that liquidity ran to those markets, jacked the prices sky high. It's important to know that because if you really realize how human emotion works and what's going to happen next, because if you think about it, what's in the news right now when it comes to economics? Companies are laying people off in droves because of AI. So the unemployment rate's actually going up. All this bad data is hitting the markets, like these big bankruptcies are happening, and creditors are finding out that they don't have the money coming in that they thought from these loans, and those loans were made up from lies and deception, right? You've got all this stuff happening in the economy that's bad, but yet since the average American hasn't been told, hey, we're officially in a recession, they're still spending like drunken sailors. This parking lot is completely packed. Why? Because there's a sale running today. And that's really sad because these people, by and large, are using a credit card that they can't pay off at the end of the month to buy Christmas presents because they've been programmed to do this since the dawn of time, pretty much. Hey, it's Black Friday. This is when all the companies are going to go from the red into the black, meaning they were negative up until that point, and then they're going to go positive because all these sales, because people are programmed to spend money on these days. Yet most of the people in this parking lot or inside the Bass Pro Shop do not have the money to pay their bills. But because it's a sale, you can't let it go, okay? Well, that same mentality is going to happen into this December and January when stimulus starts coming in, when people start getting more free money from the government, and that'll happen after a significant downturn in the stock market, probably more than 25% in the numbers. And I believe that is coming because all this data is hitting us. They're going to take that money and they're going to put it in the crypto market. It's going to cause crypto to just absolutely go bonkers. Now it says here, optimists point to 2019 when altcoins, excluding Bitcoin, soared following a similar halt when they went from quantitative tightening to quantitative easing. Amid market stress. Now, skeptics caution that today's crowded field of over 36 million cryptocurrencies mean gains may favor only top projects with strong teams and revenue. No, that's absolutely not true. You see, humans, I gotta be honest with you, by and large, they ain't that bright. That's why they follow tulip manias. That's why we had Beanie Baby manias, and that's why we've got Dogecoin. Something that can be printed to infinity, but it doesn't matter because if some dude named Elon Musk talks about it, it's going to go through the roof. Think about that. So total crap projects and rug pulls can happen. As a matter of fact, there are people that call me all the time. Have you heard about this coin and that coin? I'm like, yeah, they have a massive, massive advertising budget. XRP is one of them. They have a massive advertising budget. They literally dole out like 1 billion tokens every month. But because there's so many YouTubers out there saying it's going to $100, do you guys do me a favor? Type your favorite or maybe not favorite YouTuber that's telling you that XRP is going to $100 next month. Do me a favor, it's live. Just type it down below. And let's see if it happens. Now remember, my call has always been, this year, I wouldn't be surprised to see an $8 to $12 XRP, and you might see a blow off top, right, to 18 bucks. I've been very consistent in that call. But in order for that to happen, I've been very clear. Bitcoin's going to have to be pushing all-time highs, and you got to get past this this action of Ripple that keeps dumping tokens on the open market to people that believe the crap that, oh, XRP is going to $100 tomorrow or next month or by the end of the year. That's not going to happen. But people love the hopium. People love to dream dreams. That's why they buy lottery tickets. Now, because of these 36 million, think about this. And I believe, and I've seen this many times before, when the whole market is looking this way, the whole market is bearish, which there's more fear in the market and zero greed. I mean, there's greed on me because I'm taking my cash and buying cryptos, but ever so slowly, because I'm still expecting and hoping for a drop to the mid 70 range, all right? Right now, we're sitting at the top range of this channel. You should be correcting here soon. Don't take that as financial advice. I'm just a dork. Why would you listen to me, right? Listen to some guy that's got a fancy suit on that makes YouTube videos that are highly edited, and he probably has got $5 in the game. Just listen to that guy. Don't buy my courses. But my point being is, how do you like that kind of sales shtick? My point being is that people like to follow the masses, and they like to follow dreams, and they love to smoke opium. That's not where we should be. We should have our head on tight, screwed on straight, and ready for action. And that is that meaning that as everyone is scared and bearish, that's when all of a sudden the tide flips. And all of a sudden, all those bearish people become complete morons as they buy from the top. As a matter of fact, you've probably seen so many of my coins that I've picked this year completely pump. I say, don't buy it on a pump. Don't go crazy. Pay less than this price for it. People don't care. They race right in, and then they whine and cry. Now, that's only 1% of the people that watch this channel. 99% have got their head on straight. They're doing their due diligence. Do me a favor. Type 99 if you're part of that group. The people that sit there and go, let me consider this, not as an investment idea, but a possibility later on in the future. I need to do my due diligence, learn about the team and all that kind of stuff. Like right now, my #1 pick still is React. I think the React token is in such an awesome place. Team's fully doxed. They're working. They fixed a problem on the Ethereum smart contract level. They're a layer 2 that's going to make it better. Out there, the teams out there speaking with Vitalik Buterin and all these people, you know, making changes happen, making things happen. And the price is so low, and you want to know why? There's only 6,000 people that even know about the project and own any of it. It's going completely under the radar. That's why I think I did that call out for people. You may want to buy $10, $20, something that won't break the bank. How much does it cost you to go out to dinner one night? Why don't you look at this project, do your research, and if it feels right, spend the money you go spend on dinner and go buy a little bit of this, 35 bucks worth. Add to the wallet count. Then do your due diligence even more. And if you like that, you eke in a little at a time. Can you imagine if you would have owned Ethereum at $1? I'm going to be clear right now. Type yes or no. If you owned Ethereum at $1 and you bought it at $1 and you still own it, would it be changing your life? Yes or no? These are the kind of things. And it wouldn't have taken more than $20, $50 in Ethereum to change your life. And there are some of those projects that come along. I got to be honest with you. You look back and you go, is this the next one? Because I like what I'm seeing. That's my thing, React token. Don't buy a fake one because there's all kinds of fake things out there. All right, that being said, thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja is out.